Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me? I am firing on so many cylinders that I might need to buy some new ones. The feedback on our ongoing coverage of the CMA scandal has attracted a whole new bunch of viewers, and my LinkedIn connections are through the roof, particularly among tier one contractors. I guess if anyone was going to take a keen interest in bid rigging allegations, it was likely to be those impacted directly or otherwise. Oh, and incidentally and completely unconnected to demolition or construction, if you have Netflix, do yourself a favour and check out a film called RRR, three-letter R's. It's a Bollywood movie. Don't let that put you off. It is so completely over the top that it is brilliant. I'll warn you now that it is 3 hours long. I actually watched it over 2 nights. But who doesn't want to see a man in a bare-knuckle fight with a tiger, followed by a massive dance sequence? Oh, and if you do watch it, look out for the bridge scene. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but it could be the greatest and most ridiculous sequence in cinema history. So without further ado, let me post the question of the day, roll the intro and get the show on the road. And our question of the day today is, what is your favourite non-mainstream brand? So I know there's some Caterpillar fans, JCB fans, Volvo, Liebherr, Komatsu. Not those, the other ones. The other non-mainstream. What are your favourite non-mainstream brands? Love to hear from you. Let's roll the intro. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It is Tuesday, the 5th of July, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony, and today I shall be Lord Lieutenant of Demolition, because we're just giving ourselves titles these days. In today's show, why the NFDC might find sponsorship money a little harder to come by. We will be taking a walk through the hillhead stand of the mighty Molson. We're off to Italy for a spot of Venieri flair. We're chasing the Chinese dragon to Turkey, and we have some high-speed, high-reach action for you too. We're going to get to all of that in just a second. But first, let's see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days. Happy birthday! And it's many happy returns to circus showman P.T. Barnum and to singer Huey Lewis. Happy birthday also to footballing wizard Gianfranco Zola, to Shane Phelan from Westlife, and to pink-haired female football star Megan Rapinoe. It's also worth noting that today also marks the birthday, assuming it still qualifies as a birth, of Dolly the sheep, the first mammal to be cloned from an adult cell. Oh, and a very happy birthday to that fabricator to the stars, Mr. Rich Holt. Have a great day, Cobbles. Many happy returns to them, one and all. I know what you're thinking. Surely he has run out of things to say about the CMA investigation, its fallout and possible impact on the demolition industry. And you're right to think that. But no, I haven't. Not even close. I spent about 7 years acting as the press officer for the National Federation of Demolition Contractors. My time at the NFDC took in roughly 3 and a bit presidents. And despite much of what I've said over the past 10 days or thereabouts, there were many high points during my time there. I was the editor of the magazine Demolition Dismantling back when we could manage to get out 4 issues a year. I was also the editor of the NFDC yearbook when it was written by an actual journalist. I was the co-author of several sets of guidance notes, most notably the original High Reach guidance and the Crusher guidance as well. I got to attend NFDC conventions in Madeira, Sardinia, Mallorca, Barcelona, and perhaps most memorably, Monte Carlo. And together with CEO Howard Button, I helped create the demo days that would evolve eventually to become the Demo Expo exhibition of today. Like any job, however, it was not all a bed of roses. There were a lot of meetings, including meetings about meetings. There seemed to be a committee or a working party for pretty much everything. And despite the fact that they had employed the services of a professional journalist, there were many that seemed to believe that they were better qualified in the journalistic arts. But the hardest and most unwelcome part of my job, without question, was the constant passing around of the begging bowl among what we used to call associate members but that are now known as industry service providers. And I'll bet that utterly ridiculous and pointless change of name came from a committee or a working party. You see, each time anyone, myself included, had a bright idea, I was tasked with finding an equipment manufacturer willing to... let me try that again. Each time I'm going to try the whole thing again. You see, each time anyone, myself included, had a bright idea, I was tasked with finding an equipment manufacturer willing to stump up the cash to help make it happen. High-reach guidance? Yeah, tap up Keurig and Caterpillar and possibly Liebherr as well, if my memory serves me correctly. Crusher guidance? Yeah, phone call to Mezzo and get them to raid their coffers. Demo days? Even those that weren't taking a stand could sponsor the flowers on the table, lunch, or even the lunch menu. The number of associate members, or ISPs, is relatively small, and so it always felt like I was milking each of them with increasing regularity. I hated that part of the job, but as it transpires, I may have had that job at a much easier time. It would take a brave soul with a thick skin and ideally zero knowledge of the current state of affairs to make those phone calls today. We now live in an age in which equipment manufacturers are fiercely protective of their brand, their reputation, and their social values. Imagine trying to get Caterpillar, JCB, Liebherr, or Komatsu to sponsor a publication or an event while the Federation remains embroiled in a bid rigging scandal. I know from experience that brands now do their homework before working with an individual or a company. I've worked with a handful of major brands this year alone, and each has checked everything from my mother's date of birth to my inside leg measurement. I'm exaggerating slightly, but only slightly. They will not, and I repeat, not be exposed to a scandal of any kind. Against that background, the NFDC could, and perhaps should, find its begging bowl empty, at least for the time being. Not that that need necessarily slow things down. Even though its marketing department seems to lie dormant like some ancient and long-forgotten volcano, there is plenty of money in the Federation's overstuffed coffers, should it suddenly decide to publish a new set of guidance notes or to host an event of some kind, a seminar on anti-competitive practices or guidance on crisis management might be timely. That, however, is not the Federation way. For decades, it has preferred to sit on its cash reserves while spending the money of others. The question now, I guess, is whether the money of others will now be quite so readily available. And if it isn't, does that limit the Federation's ability to do some of the good things it used to do? We shall see. I think we need a break. I've now spent the past 10 days or so talking about the dark side of the demolition industry, and it's time to remind ourselves that it does actually have a bright side. What better way to do that than with a spot of high speed, high reach action? about the demolition industry already. It is time to head back to Buxton in Derbyshire for a stroll along among the machines that were on display on the Molson stand at the recent Hillhead exhibition. As you know by now, that means we're reaching for the French cigarettes and we're making ready for a little light jazz. Nice. As the man said, nice.
Axoft and Svantec are your high-end partners for noise, vibration, dust and air quality systems, sensors and software. To find out more, visit axoft.co.uk or call 01234 639 550.
Regular viewers will know that some time ago we featured a bunch of machines that have been produced by XCMG to celebrate Chinese New Year. The machines have been painted with traditional Chinese designs that featured tigers and koi carp. One of those machines has now made its way all the way to Turkey, and as you're about to see, it's already making the grade. I would imagine the operator of that grader is absolutely over the moon with his unique new toy.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
A month or two ago, we brought you a new film from those fine folks over at Italian manufacturer Venieri. The film proved very popular indeed and served as a great reminder of the quality and the flair that the Italian manufacturer brings to the table. Well, we've got another one for you, this time featuring the company's wheel loaders. Take a look at this. Assuming we eventually fix our airports, I'd love to get myself over to Venieri to see some of those machines firsthand. It's been far, far too long.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
Right, that pretty much wraps up the main part of this morning's show. I'm going to roll the outro in just a second before leaping gazelle-like over into the chat to see what you're all saying today. If you can't stick around for that, then please stay safe. Look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. But if you do have the time and the inclination, I'll see you on the other side of this.